Oh, their bourbon is the #1 favorite. Okay. My Taishan's #3. I've got tickets as #2. Yeah. If I can win Group A, you can too. Let's hope. Let's hope. Spam this smile to help Ray win the vial. Spam this cup to help Ray win Gemini Cup. I love those. Okay, let's watch. Alright, no late starts. Decent. Taishan's gonna hit. Ooh, and closer straights early. Okay, and Uma stand. Great, great. So she can position towards the head of the pack. That's a good P9 from Biwa. Taishan, daring strike. Push up, please. I mean, she's hitting, but she's not really. Okay, there she goes. There she goes. There she goes. There she goes. Okay, come on, Taishan. Come on, Taishan. Come on, Taishan. Golshi's in 5th right now, so she's not gonna hit anchors. Taishan, move up. Corner con hits too early. Taishan, curvature. Can you overtake it? Yeah, overtake it to Nemesis here. Okay, 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 okay. Spam this cup to help Taishan push up. Perfect. All right. It's a little bit too early, I think, but it's still gonna help her push up more, which is nice. Too early on Radiant Star for tickets. Taishan hasn't hit hers yet. Taishan's positioned okay. She's in 6th though, which is a little bit low. She'll still get Trace and Cheer. Did she? Oh my god. Oh my god, tickets. It has to be tickets. Are you serious? Tickets! Tickets, come on, please! Tickets, 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 tickets! Alright, so sorry I got a little bit too excited there, but I really appreciate all the hype, and I mean, chat was just going absolutely insane. There were hundreds and hundreds of messages. It was fantastic, and wow, what a race. I spent most of the first part of the race watching Taishan and, you know, begging her to push up, watching her skill activations, watching, you know, where she was in the race, and then I thought that she was positioned pretty well, and I was thinking, okay, like this is very, very winnable with where Taishan is right now. And then she whiffed Encroaching Shadow, and that was only like, I mean, I've rarely seen her. I think maybe she's whiffed it like 2 or 3 times that I can recall during the actual CM. And so it happening in finals, like my heart just sank into my stomach, right? Like I immediately was like, it's over. Like, GG's, I whiffed Encroaching Shadow. I'm washed. There's nothing I can do. And what an emotional roller coaster, right? That like Taishan whiffs, and I'm looking at Taishan, and I'm like, that's it. That has to be it. And then I look and I see Tickets in 3rd. And by this point, I know that Tickets has whiffed both Corner Connoisseur and Radiant Star. Like, not whiffed, but, you know, she hit them both too early, so neither of them were useful to her. So I had kind of been like, okay, like, it's not a winning ticket angle. But then I saw her in 3rd, and like, I think you can hear the change in my voice as I like go through this emotional roller coaster of like, okay, Taishan can win. No, Taishan with Encroaching Shadow. I've lost the CM finals. Wait, can Tickets win? Tickets is kind of positioned to win. I think Tickets can actually win. Wait, Tickets can win. Wait, Ticket is winning. Ticket is winning. Oh my god, I've won. So, it's very funny because the reason that I am running Winning Ticket in the first place is because I lost the 5v5 draft versus Lightburb. So the kind of quote-unquote punishment of me running Winning Ticket and then her turning up to win my finals race. I mean, what poetry? Like, you couldn't write a better story than that. So I am incredibly happy that Winning Ticket has won. If I could have picked an Uma to win my finals, it would have been Winning Ticket. This was the Winning Ticket who won. She is really built as kind of a gambler, and so the fact that she didn't even hit any of her gamble skills and just won off of Budding Blossom and like insane carryover. Let's be real. Like, she had a really, really nice, you know, everything carryover package into the final straight. So I guess shout out to Lightburb for showing me the light of winning ticket. She's not called losing ticket. Yeah, it was fun. It was great. It was really cool to be able to run her. I mean, she's mile F, so all of my ticket runs, start at mile B, so I have to spark mile once just to get her to A. You can see that this tickets did not even hit mile S, but I hit mile spark and I hit turf spark, and I was like, okay, like this, not max speed, but we had the guts to run it down. We actually were dueling towards the end of that race there as well, so I think that the guts diff did really help. I think that, overall, it was just, what a run. It's hard to overstate how intense my emotions were in that moment, but it's really cool because now I have the plat title from Gemini, or I have the starry plat title, the double Gemini title, which I think the Gemini being the first double title that I've won is pretty fun, and it's very apt because Gemini is the twins in the zodiac. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. I think it is very funny that I go just like I did in my very first CM experience. I lost Taurus Cup, even though I put a lot of time and effort into it. And then I wouldn't say that I phoned in this Gemini Cup, but I definitely wanted to take a break from going very, very intensely. And so I kind of got my usable Umas, and I was like, okay, like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna get something that works, and then I'm going to not grind this game right now, because I feel like if I grind this game right now, I am not going to enjoy it, and it's going to make me unhappy. So that's what I did. I took a little bit of a break from the game for the CM. I just got I got Taishin fairly early. Let's see, I got Taishin May 23rd, so about almost 3 weeks ago. And then I got tickets on May 22nd, so back to back. Yeah, I got both of them, and I was like, okay. I did make an ace Biwa. In my room testing, she was not very strong. I didn't expect that she would be. She can win if she hit carryover, win QED. Let me actually show you guys my ace Biwa here. I was doing some calculations in rooms especially, and I realized that I win more when I use a debuffer than I do when I use a third ace that maybe wins 5% of the time, 7% of the time. It was kind of disappointing for me to have to pull Biwa, my ace Biwa, and put in my debuffer Biwa instead. But I will say that my debuffer Biwa actually made a tremendous difference in my win rate overall. I did keep track of how many times my debuffer Biwa had indirectly resulted in me winning, which was when so basically keen length is about 0.5 lengths. Hesitant is about 0.2 to 0.3. So I kind of rounded up for a total of about a 1 length difference. And so every race that I won by 1 length or fewer, I attributed to Biwa debuffs, or to the debuffs in general. And I kept a counter of that because I was actually very interested to see how many races I won because of running one single debuffer. And as it turns out, the answer is my count hit 20. So that's 20 races that Biwa as a debuffer possibly caused me to win, just by herself, which is kind of crazy. I do think that number is inflated a little bit because, like I said, I counted 1 length or below, which means that, because due to how the game rounds lengths, anything that was 1.25 or 0.75 or anything like that, anything between that. So it is an inflated number, but I would give the actual numbers probably closer to 13 or 14, maybe 12, in that ballpark. And that was really interesting to me because I don't think that Biwa, if I had run her as an ace, would have gotten nearly that many wins. I definitely think that she would win less often than winning ticket did. And I think that this was the best way to be able to use a support Uma for my team. But this is also a little bit of a point that I wanted to prove, where it's difficult sometimes to see the actual value that debuffers are bringing to your team unless you're really trying to calculate out, okay, if I ran this Uma as an ace, how many wins would I have gotten? If I run this Uma as a debuffer, what is the delta of the wins that they give me versus the wins that they wouldn't? So I do think that it was interesting to kind of document and keep an eye on, no pun intended. But I do think it was interesting throughout the CM, and so it's cool that I think that I was able to get that kind of data. So overall, I actually had a really great time this CM, and it's not just because I won, but also because I let myself take a little bit of a break. I dialed in my aces kind of early. I thought, I can grind to try to get something better than this, but I am choosing not to because I need to value my own time and kind of keep stock of how I'm feeling about the game. And I want to be able to engage with the game in a healthier way than I had in the last 2 CMs. So I quit grinding aces very early. I couldn't really work on my parents for the next CM because I had a community vote in for the ace that I'm going to run next CM, and I didn't know what ace that was going to be, so I couldn't really prep parents for them. So all of that kind of culminated in me just doing events, doing random runs for the day, maybe not even doing a run for the day, really taking it easy. And it was great. I had a good time just disengaging a little bit and then re-engaging during the CM. I had a really great time, chatting with folks, letting my Umas kind of take the wheel. It was great to see Taishin really pop off. I know that Taishin was very strong this CM. I knew that she was going to be very strong this CM. And I was really excited to be able to run her because I really do love Taishin, and I only just got her, of course, on the Ballroom Fuji banner, so I haven't been able to run her in any of the CMs that she's actually had a pretty strong case in. So being able to run her here was awesome. Being able to run winning tickets, or I should say, being forced to run winning tickets was great. Lightburb's Oshi really did me a solid here by winning my finals. It's always fun when your kind of lower win rate Uma wins your finals, because it's like they're really pulling out all the stops for you. And winning ticket covering for Taishin whiffing Encroaching Shadow was just the greatest thing. Yeah, so overall, this CM was a really positive one for me. I wasn't totally sure if it would be, because my last few CMs have been a little bit rough, but generally, I had a good time. It was fun, and I think that the community also kind of I felt like people were having a little bit more fun this CM. I do think that there's a little bit of medium CM fatigue, and we're kind of going right back into it with the next CM, CM 15. So I hope that folks can kind of take some of the more positive energy from the CM forward into whatever the next CM is going to bring, and I really wish everyone the best. So as a reward for clearing out the bingo board in CM 13, we had Raecord vote on the Uma that I am going to be running in CM 15. So throughout each day of CM 14, we had folks narrow down my entire trainee roster, with the exception of the medium G and F Umas, to decide which Uma I would be running in CM 15. So we did it like this, where we had my Discord vote on a color block, and that color block would advance, and we would proceed to the next color block. So in the first day, my Discord voted in the blue color block, these 18 Umas here. In the second day, my Discord voted in the red color block, so these 6 Umas here. In the third day, my Discord voted in the blue color block, so these 2 Umas here. I think that folks kind of know where this is going. And of course, Christmas Ogre Cap wound up winning my Raecord votes an Uma in for Ray to run in CM 15. This was a fun event. I actually am a little bit surprised that Christmas Ogre won, given her kind of meta presence, but I think it is going to be interesting to run her in CM 15. I do remember that I made a pretty good Ogre in CM 12, but I wound up not running her, so I'm curious to see kind of how it shakes out in CM 15. I do really like Ogre Cap. I am excited to be able to use her since I did poll for her, and I hope that folks can still cheer for me, even though some folks might be a little bit disappointed that I'm running this character. I think it's going to be really exciting, and I think that hopefully she can win over a couple hearts. I am going to think about how I'm going to run her. I'm going to think about her teammates. I do think that Raecord, the folks who were voting for Christmas Ogre, especially Christmas Ogre over Manhattan Cafe, which admittedly is a little bit of an unfair matchup given that Cafe is just a really difficult Uma to run in a Track Blazer scenario. I think that people are really trying to do me a solid. People have kind of maybe heard that I'm getting a little bit burnt out, or I was having a little bit of a rough time in the last couple CMs, and just wanted me to have like a nice, like low cortisol CM, which I do really appreciate. So we're going to be doing this. We're going to be running Christmas Ogre in CM 15. I'm going to be thinking about how I want the rest of my team comp to go, and I am really interested just to see how it all shakes out. So I've been trying to start doing some parent farming. I've been trying to, get an idea of like how I want to make this work, but regardless, we'll see how it goes, and hopefully you guys can still join me and cheer for me in my CM15 streams. Additionally, Raecord did kind of a fun event for CM14 where we had our members try to find some hidden carrots in these pictures that Pockets had created for us. Pockets does an incredible job with graphics. So for example, we have some carrots, like there's one right here. We have carrots in Grass Wonder's headband. We have some very, very cleverly hidden carrots in El Condor Pasa's ear. So it was really fun. It was really fun to find all of these. And then the other part of the event was that we were kind of doing some win rate calculations and using the carrots that we found as multipliers to try to get enough fans to go to Fuji's concert. I am happy to report that we did, in fact, get enough fans to go to Fuji's concert. And it was really fun. It was kind of a lower key event. I believe in CM15 we are trying to queue up a little bit of a lower key event as well, just to try to make it a little bit less competitive, a little bit more chill, and hopefully you guys can join us for that. Thank you again to Pockets for putting together all of these graphics. Thank you especially to Ash for creating automatic submission forms into our Discord bot that is able to parse all of your submissions so that doing calculations was a lot easier for us. Thank you to Tian and Nesbit and Aaron and everybody else who worked on counting and making sure that all of the counts were correct and that the leaderboards were correct. We do have a Raecord leaderboard here, which was a leaderboard for the amount of fans and multipliers people were able to get. Our goal was 80,000 fans, and we did hit that goal with 86,680. Our Discord bot really did an incredible job, and Ash did an amazing job at programming it to take in all of these inputs and be able to calculate and put all of us on a leaderboard. As you can see, I got 5th place in the Raecord event. Ash got 3rd place. TS Potato got 2nd place, and of course Mikugun got 1st place with their incredible 71 wins. So thank you guys so much, and thank you all for participating. You can see all of us are present and accounted for, and this was truly incredible. A really fun way to kind of be a little bit friendly and try to work together towards a common goal this CM. So thank you guys again. I had a wonderful time, and hopefully you guys can participate in our next event as well. So again, thank you everyone for the support. Thank you for the excitement and the hype, especially around the winning ticket win. I had a wonderful time this CM, and it was really awesome to be able to, just hang out with everyone, try to enjoy our 1 mile between all the mediums that we're experiencing, and I really appreciate all of the support, all of the fun, just the community coming together. It's always really rewarding for me, and it especially was this time as we got a very fun win. So thank you guys so much, and I hope that your next runs for your next CM also go amazingly. Bye-bye.